Oh god, it's Pearl. It's Pearl. How to spot a 304, otherwise known as a hoe. You can never go wrong.
Welcome to the Judge Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to my whiteboard videos. Today, I am going to go over
the fuck is a 304?
hierarchy.
It's alpha male speak for thinking they're cleverly calling someone a hoe. You know how you out back in the day in high school you'd spell boobs on a calculator, turn it upside down, right? That's the level of intellectual complexity we're dealing with here, with this masterfully subtle wording.
This last week, I decided that I wanted to know more about
Words.
nice ladies
Nice.
and wifey materials. Oh, I forgot to add one. Sorry, guys. Okay, ladies and wifey material. So,
Ladies and
this week we
wifeys.
did a show where we really wanted to define the terms because a
I
lot of men out there cannot define what the
I will never be able to take her seriously. I just don't think I can. I just don't think, like I've said it, before. I think she's just trying to ride this as hard as she possibly can. This, like just trying to appeal to like alpha dudes, whatever demographic she thinks she's looking for. But I just can't bring myself to think that she actually, genuinely believes this.
I surveyed some men to see what they thought. The definition that we came up with was someone that has sex for money or does slutty things for money.
Wait, hold on. How do you can't use the definition of one of your other words to define another word. You can't say a whore is someone who does slutty things and then also have a definition of slut and then not your circular reasoning. What are you doing here? But okay, keep going, Pearl.
Does it for sex and someone that does it for attention. So we went
Okay,
through some scenarios.
is it just me or is this editing really awkward? I feel like she's both censoring herself by not saying the word, and so it makes it seem like it's like cutting in and out. Let me.
That we came up with was someone that has sex for money or does slutty things for money. Is someone who does it for sex.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Someone that does it for attention.
That's really bad
So,
editing.
We went through some scenarios.
Like, it literally makes it look like her video is cutting in and out. Expecting quality editing. I mean, I can hope, right? But it's just, it's bad. I can do better. And I've only made like 4 videos in my life. I could do way better.
Scenarios as a class. Okay, so is an OnlyFans worker, a stripper,
And she's not even like censoring
or
it
an
fully.
escort? I think it's called escort. Never mind that. Now, is a woman who cheats on
Half the
her
time she's
boyfriend,
censoring it,
but
half the time she's
cheats
just
on
like
her
lowering the
boyfriend
volume,
one
but you
night.
can still hear it.
This is what she's doing it for. Next we have now this is a girl, ass pics on the gram, okay? Or
Okay, hold on. What do we got there? She has a couple of definitions going on. Ooh, ancestral amulet. First one, OnlyFans, stripper, hooker, escort for her whore definition. Slut, cheats on boyfriend, one night stands, okay.
This is a girl,
Attention.
ass pics on the gram, okay? Or 15 plus bodies. Now, okay guys, there's been a lot of dispute. Some
Ooh.
guys are saying no, it's
Ooh.
way less than that. Look it.
Way less.
I just ask the people. I just report the news. Let me know. If
Oh yeah, okay, so also
else we should
this
add
is
to the
her
top 3, but that's what we got. for
survey
now. So,
results,
a nice
not her.
Lady, we concluded, can have. So then we have a lady. So a lady.
But so okay, so these are like her crowdsourced definitions, right? That's what we're supposed to be believing here, what these numbers or definitions are for. So a lady 5 to 14 bodies, is that what that's supposed to be?
Have roughly 5 to 14 bodies.
Okay.
But she cannot have gotten these.
Totally
from one
matters.
night stand. So no one night stand. You only have gotten the bodies. You maybe you got ghosted, taken out, but you could still be a lady if you have 5 to 14 bodies. Now let's.
But okay, so what such strict conditions? What if you have less? If you have less than 5, are you not a lady? You just excluded? Do you have to have you don't get the honor of being called a lady until you do 5 dudes? Is that how I'm supposed to be interpreting that? All these definitions, none of them will sleep with guys watching this. 1 to 5 is a nice lady. Maybe, let's see. 15 become a woe man. Only 0 if it's wifey. Okay, I can see that we might go down that road. The brain damage is part where you believe that any of this is, true.
Define a nice lady. 0 to 5
Okay.
bodies. Is a
Okay.
nice
Oh, 0 to, oh, whoa,
and
wifey. Hold on.
wifey is
Why? a virgin. Wait, but so you can be a wifey and a nice lady at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive. Unless zero. Does zero mean like you've kissed someone but not hooked up with them? Whereas wifey virgin means like you've never even kissed anyone. You've saved yourself entirely. Is that our wifey criteria here?
Is a virgin, is wife material. So now that we have some definitions, what I wanted to do was I wanted to make a hierarchy of.
It's so silly.
What's the mark? Don't shoot the messenger, okay, ladies? All right. So here we have the least desirable. Here we have the most desirable and most rare. So what is going to go on the least desirable level in terms of? So this is the hierarchy of.
The hierarchy of whoredom. I like how creative it is, if nothing else. I like the lengths we're going to for creative reasons here. Blows my mind there's actually people that think this, like how, they've ever been outside. It blows my mind just as well. Like her, like, you know, I've talked about Pearl a little bit before, right? And I think Pearl is pretty much the most blatant grifter I feel like I've seen out of like all of these people, you know? I don't know what it is necessarily, but I just have more trouble believing that she genuinely thinks any of this than like a lot of other people who probably, you know, it's a little bit of here, a little bit of there, you know, they definitely think some of it, but are playing up other parts for their audience and whatnot. But okay, let's look at the hierarchy.
But the bottom we have.
Let's see the hierarchy.
Now, there's many names for these ladies.
Hookers at the bottom.
Streetwalkers, night walkers. But
night
at the end of the
walkers.
day, they're selling.
Are we X-Men now?
Okay. Above, we have stars. Now,
that's Nightcrawler, isn't it?
Straight selling sex, they have less partners. But stars are above hookers. Next, only.
She's got to find a better way to edit this.
At the bottom, but you're not far from it. You're just above.
Oh, okay. Porn stars, okay, and then OnlyFans above that. So here's our bottom three in order from least to most: hookers, porn stars, and OnlyFans. I'm sensing a bit of a trend here. I'm seeing some similarities. All right, keep going.
Stars, then OnlyFans. Next, we have strippers. Now,
okay.
Can go on
the trend continues.
Maybe she didn't sell sex for money. I mean, we all know what goes on in the strip club. Maybe she just stripped. So then, now this is
I guess, you know, the funniest part too, like if I have to think about this in some kind of realistic context and, you know, not just a huge money grab of what can I say, you know, that gets me attention. I suppose the way she speaks with no room for any different interpretation, right? Like talking about the stripper category, like, okay, you can still live a normal life, you know, as if like it's just okay, once you do this one thing, you fall into this one category somehow one time, just boom, everything's done, life is over, no, not recoverable.
I asked the men, what's worse, would you rather take a single mother or a woman with a high body count? Now we all know that there's single mothers with high body count, like we all know, but I said you have to pick, and the men picked, drum roll please,
single mom. Oh, really?
Many people, you are barely better than a
okay, I was gonna wait, hold on. Oh, no. That came out how I thought. I was gonna, the single mom part was gonna be the more desirable. So they did put, or she put the the high body count on the bottom. So that was in line with my guess. That's the who actually cares? I don't know. It's so silly. You've never been to a strip club? You're not missing much. It's one of those things where, you know, you go, you know, maybe go if you feel like it once sometime to experience it, you know, or something. See what it's like, see what you're not missing out on. But it's certainly, you know, not really anything to miss out on. I don't know, like, you know, I've been to one once, unless there's a random fun reason for something, you know, to go again. Like, I got the experience, I see what it's like, don't necessarily need to go again. Yeah, I shouldn't care up to a certain point. I think, like, yeah, like, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much to me at all. If there was, like, you know, if it gets to, like, a point where maybe they have a, you know, let's say an addiction, right? They just can't stop sleeping with new people, and that, like, you know, something that harms your relationship, that might be one thing, but aside from that, not much of an issue for me, at least. Why do men get a pass but women don't? Well, because they're women. Duh. Isn't it obvious? Video of two girls talking about what constitutes too high a number, averages around 20 or 30. One girl said 200 though. It's kind of funny. I mean, I feel like I mean, this is just me, right? I'm fine, you know, if someone has a particular kind of preference or thought, you know, I'm not going to be like, you're wrong for having that. But for me, I don't really know if there is a number that I would really care about, right? As long as it's, again, right, as long as it's not like, I've gotten this high by cheating on all of my partners, and I'm going to cheat on you too, you know, kind of thing. Whatever your past is, yeah, whatever it is.
You sleep with too many people, you are barely better than a stripper. Now, what number this is very disputed across the board. I've heard numbers like around 25 it switches. They'd rather take a single mom. I've had some guys say 10. I've had some guys say 30. I don't know when it switches exactly for men, but let's just say somewhere between 15 to 30, they'll take the kid over the body. Don't shoot the messenger.
It's like, so I guess, you know, like if I was getting to know someone, right, it's mostly just like something I'd ask about, you know. If I was meeting someone, I guess, right, and they're like, you know, I've slept with 50 people, right? Like, oh, you know, so what, you know, what's the context around that? Just lots of hookups, lots of, you know, just like having a good time, and, you know, not committing to anyone for a while kind of thing. If it was, you know, again, like some weird context, right, might change things, but yeah, context, time frame, yeah, as long as you're like open to talk about it and stuff too, you know, that's probably what would ultimately make the difference, you know, between if I would, you know, even potentially have any kind of issue versus not. I think that's a good encapsulation of that, right? Like, sure, maybe there are some situations where it matters, but yeah, context, time frame, those are things that can kind of square that away, you know, make sense of it, give you more info on whether or not this person is kind of right for you or not. 50 people in a month. Right, yeah, right. It's like, well, you know, were you going for the Guinness Book of Gangbangs or what? If they said yeah, then, you know, okay, that's all right. Okay, that's reasonable. And again, you know, it's all situational and everything, but it's like, all right, at least we got a very, very particular reason for this. Let's see, what was the last one here?
Remember,
Oh, single moms. Okay,
if you
single
just
moms.
have a
So
kid and not the body count,
we got 3 more to go. The top 3 coming up next.
slightly above, but not by much. I mean, these are maybe hoes in the. And remember, bubble of ladies are mid body count. So
mid body
I have
counts.
some dispute.
What is
I've
mid?
gotten is like 5 to like 15.
So okay, so I mean, I feel like this is just going with like the top one is going to be virgins, right? If the top one is not virgins, I'm going to be incredibly surprised.
Roughly, men will take that over the kid, but it switches around there. Then we have low body count, which nowadays is like under 10, under 5.
And the final
please
one
don't shoot the messenger.
is going to be so unpredictable.
And at the top,
wait for it.
virgins.
Who could have possibly guessed? Who in this world could have seen that coming? And, you know, why? How many people out there, how many dudes out there are actually seriously concerned with the person they date? And, you know, I'm thinking, you know, dudes over 21, let's say, you know, you're not just, you know, still in high school, just out of high school, but you're an adult. You've probably dated some people before. You've probably, you know, had some life experience, enough time to learn a little bit about people in the world and things. And who wants that? Who is just like, yeah, I'm looking for a virgin. It's so important to me. I need someone who has no idea what they're doing. I'm their only experience they've ever had, so they can't possibly know if I'm good or bad. They'll never tell me that X was better. It hurt my feelings. You know, it's like everything else that is alpha male content, right? It's just a huge cover-up for their own insecurities, you know? If you actually are confident in yourself, your abilities, you're a decent partner, then you're gonna be confident enough to believe that, you know, that it doesn't really matter. It's like I said, you know, it's a cross between like taking this actually seriously, you know, and responding seriously, and just, I don't know, memeing on her as much as possible. But seriously, like really, who are these dudes, right? Who are these dudes out here that are just like virgin or nothing? Even if someone has like 5+ sexual encounters, be curious to know their reasons, because they lack boundaries, seeking out multiple experiences, or simply not committed. You know, like for me, right? So one thing that I'm absolutely willing to say that I might not be necessarily in the norm about, or, you know, I might be slightly out of the norm, is just like I've never really put any importance on like the number of people you've slept with is like a kind of a fundamental indicator of anything, you know. I think sex is super fun, and people like to do stuff that's fun. So there's no reason, you know, not to engage when you can. There's certain things, you know, to be aware of, right? STDs exist, you know. There are cautions to take, ways to go about stuff, but ultimately, just the number itself, you know, isn't an indication to me about whether or not I think the person is right for me or not. Ooh, ancestral pants, okay, okay. Love giving these lessons to you. Cringe, you know, one episode, maybe different setting, Shack's different than that. You can hope, but you might be hoping for quite a long time. What am I getting stuck fighting these guys? I don't even, oh, Treasure Goblin. I was like, why did I even get off? Treasure Goblin, that's right.